What's going on, you salty Sims and salacious soyentists? Welcome to Grunt Speak.
Live from the lair.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
I'm back. It's good times. Good to see everybody. 219 over on YouTube already. Oh, 233 on YouTube and climbing.
Good.
And being matched on Rumblies and the Tumblies.
Excellent.
Ugh.
And today's Thought Thursday.
Oh, we have lots of thoughts today.
We've got a good one here.
Need beer for a lot of these thoughts.
All right.
But we do have another life saved. That we can actually two
lives saved. Mm-hmm. So we'll do there was four from last December.
A lot from last December.
So we're up to 40 now.
Yep. In about a year.
And so with two more, it'd be 42.
Yeah. Not bad at all.
It's not bad at all.
This gentleman, I'm not sure what he wants to be known by, so I'll save it until the end. He says, please don't use my real name if you read this on a video. Old Buck is fine. All right. My story isn't unique. I'm the same age as the popster, growing up in the same time period. I grew up not being attractive to women. I wasn't part of the top 10%. I wasn't a child with rich parents. I didn't dress in expensive clothing, and I was overweight. I grew up learning all of the feminist propaganda in the 90s. Women just want a nice guy. I just want to be treated nice. I want freedom is equal. She's different. She loves you.
That's exactly how it went.
After graduation, I focused on my job, thinking if I drove a better car and made more money, I would finally find a decent girl. At that point, I only attracted trash from local taverns and wasn't interested. Something didn't seem right, as they all seemed to be scamming for something. You could tell there was a motive behind the words. I did have a guy at work tell me not to get married. That was hell. Oh, that it was hell. I didn't really listen to his advice until a few years later. I had no idea he was trying to red pill me. As I approached my late 20s, I was starting to blame myself for not being able to find a decent girl and get married. The girlfriends I did have always ran off with the next guy that had more money or a nicer car. I had a good job, paid my bills, and was close to affording a house. I had finished school in a good trade and just started working on my new career. That is when drug and alcohol abuse started the down spiral.
Oh, that's a bad
boy. Got to the point where I contemplated self-deletion. Didn't care about much, except for a couple of close friends. Considered myself a complete loser for not being able to live the life I was supposed to.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, a lot of these men are getting brainwashed right along with the women of what they're supposed to be, the life they're supposed to have.
Well, no, the men are told what we're supposed to do.
Correct.
Women are told what they can expect.
Correct.
Combination of the two doesn't really work out too well. You put undue pressure on one and absolve all accountability from the other. Yikes. I was at the end of that spiral when I found Pop's videos, which led me to a group of men on the MGTOW site. I had a lot in common with these guys. Seen a few of my friends and plenty of others suffer through a divorce, and it just clicked in my head. I had been saved. I was one of the lucky ones. I had somehow seen the woman behind the curtain pulling levers and shouting lies. Somehow I unconsciously figured out how to avoid being pulled into a trap, seeing something wasn't right, and I steered clear of trouble. The lesson learned is that you make your future. No one else has your best interest in mind, not a wife or sometimes even your own family. What you do matters. If you want to survive, you need to conserve resources and live a modest life. Don't waste money trying to live a lie. Be true to yourself. Most of all, you have to realize we all have been lied to our entire lives. Isn't that the truth? If you're feeling down because you don't live up to a certain standard, ask yourself who made that standard in the first place. Also, if others try to shame you, ask yourself if they matter in your life. Right. Why care about someone's opinion if they don't matter to you in the first place?
Correct.
Thanks, Pop. Your wisdom and comedy helped me through the lowest part of my life. You also introduced me to a group of men who were in the same boat. I wasn't alone. Others have and still are seeking the same answers. Now my best friend is going through a divorce, and she is pulling the same moves you hear from the horror stories of others. He is going to lose everything. I just hope he will listen to my advice and watch the videos I send to him. Hopefully we can save another man from that death spiral. God. Peace out, brothers. Signed, Old Buck.
All right.
537. Did you give this guy a number, or should I respond to him with one right now?
Respond to him right now. Just
got it.
You are now 537.
You are number 537. Good, sir.
There we go.
All right.
I technically don't like to give numbers anymore until we read it on air.
Yeah.
Because I know at some point they're gonna like, you guys are a bunch of
you're full of shit.
I mean, listen, we're gonna have 44 from last December to this December.
Yeah.
And we've been doing this for 13, 14 years.
Yeah. And a big chunk of those, from last year came on like around the Christmas holidays.
Yeah.
That was the best Christmas gift we could have gotten, crossing over to 500.
I got all like weepy-eyed and shit. Let's not have any more of that.
Oh, you got weepy-eyed? Did you get weepy-eyed?
A little bit.
Did you?
Oh, no.
Weepy?
Did I step into a trap?
A little bit of weepy?
Did I step into a trap? I stepped into a trap.
You stepped into a trap?
I stepped into a
You are fined 1 homo suspicion point for violation of the Man Code Morality Statute. I had to do it. I had to do it.
Woo! That was a good one.
Had to do it.
Oh, my Lord.
And you know what defines a homo suspicion point? an unhealthy obsession with ass. So I suppose we can all take one for the team. Jail.
Well, it all depends. Do you like to look at the ass on a woman?
Or do you want to drive the wrong way up Highway 132 or whatever?
235.
235.
Yeah, I mean, there's the horizontal in and out pattern, and then there's the 2 legs and a butthole pattern. I myself am not that guy. I'm not on the menu. I'm a horizontal in and out kind of guy.
You guys go wash your back pussy in the sink. It's all good.
Yeah. Now, listen, you can do you. I don't care. Just so you know, I am not on the menu. Drive on.
Yeah, when I had a buddy who used to take me to gay bars because he was gay, just bending over for the pool cue. I would just make sure everybody was aware that I had a weapon. Making sure nobody's taking any unduly long glances.
Okay. You're not getting monkey necked.
It is a little weird.
That is a little weird.
It is.
I myself, I don't think I've actually willingly walked into a gay bar in my life.
Yeah.
No.
The really funny part was when you go to like bars that are for gay dudes.
Oh,
and it's karaoke night.
Oh God!
Because then all the lesbians come.
Yeah.
And then I'm just looking here like nobody's getting laid tonight.
No. All right. When I was in that 9th ID, there was 3 guys in my platoon, which are close to me in age. And they decided they're going to go down to Seattle and hang out for the weekend. And there's the ringleader, his name was Siebold, good guy. But they walk into some bar. They didn't know it's a gay bar. And they look up on the stage, and there's these stools with these like things with a hole with a ball at the end. And they're there drinking, and they're like, "What's up with those stools?" And the bartender's like, "Well, that's for fisting. You know what fisting is, right?"
God!
And Siebold's like, "Where's the exit?" I laughed so hard. Oh my God, that was funny.
Oh God! Did you ever see that William Friedkin movie, Cruising?
Yeah,
with Al Pacino.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, all the like the really weird shit, like dudes lubing up their arms with Crisco and whatnot. That was all real shit that he like took a documentary crew in there to shoot for B-roll. Like,
I couldn't do it.
All the no. All the no's.
No.
Every single one of them. Take Amy Horton's dick stacking test, replace them with no's.
All the no's. I like that.
Wart infested nose from here as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to push into the pot all the no's.
All the no's.
Yes.
I'm all in on the nose.
All in on the nose.
On the nose.
All right, now we got to the next one. Let's read
number 538 is goes to a fella named Tommy. Wonder if he we'll see if he typed this blind, and if he did, he's the pinball wizard. Mr. Terrence, in the YouTube comment section, you told me to send a story to you. 2021, in the middle of the scamdemic. I'm a lab tech. I hit my lowest point in my life. Depression's so bad, my chronic pain very bad. I was in 2 wrecks my sophomore year of high school in 2008. Both times severe TBI, severe whiplash, fractured 2 C2 vertebrae.
Oh my God.
Ooh,
that's a bad one.
That is bad. Suffer severe headaches and migraines daily.
So do I. I get that too, bro.
Ooh. One night it got so bad, and I got so helpless for the future, being alone, never getting anywhere in my career. In a moment of weakness, I had my 12 gauge to my head and about to pull the trigger, and a quote of yours ran through my head. That self-deletion is a long-term solution for a short-term problem. After that, I broke down. First time in a long time. After that, got into therapy and pain management. Upgraded my brain implant for pain management, got on good meds for my depression. I left that dead-end job, became a traveling medical lab tech.
Fuck yeah.
With my pay now, I should be making 6 figures. Yeah! The pay remains the same. I'm traveling with my cats. Be careful with that. You'll find out later. Seeing the country, meeting new people, and learning. Gave up dating, decided to live solo because these hoes out there crazy.
They ain't worth it.
If I ever take a job in Michigan, I'd want to meet you and Blake and buy you all the best beer out there. Been a fan since 2019. Listen to your videos while working or driving. If y'all need any info on future tests and bugs in the future, send me an email.
No problem, brother.
All right.
Listen, I am so glad I speak the words that help turn back that hopeless darkness that comes to a lot of guys
It does.
in the middle of the night.
I mean, we're always under pressure
Mm-hmm.
when we're at our least valuable.
Correct.
I mean, we're nurtured only to a point,
About 13.
and then they shoot us out the gate into adulthood with no value whatsoever, telling us this is what's expected of you.
Yeah.
You better do it, otherwise.
Well, just imagine.
Yeah.
Most dudes, their mothers really quit, doing the whole nurturing thing between
Mhm.
10 and 12. If there's no father or male role model in your life, you literally go from 13 to 18. It's like walking across the desert. You don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yep.
You don't know the pitfalls. You don't know the dangers. You don't know how to roll with the punches or fight back. And quite literally, you're 18, you're out there, and then, reality decides to really show up because nobody gives a shit about the dudes.
Nope.
And you get fisted
In the back pussy,
by life.
covered in Crisco.
Or anal ease.
Ugh. That might be more preferable, actually.
I'm just saying, though. I mean,
God,
it's a shit show out there for dudes, man.
it really is.
So now we're at 538.
538.
Oh, yeah.
Hell to the yes. And thank y'all very much for sending in your stories. It's why we keep doing this.
Yes. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. We cover so much negativity. All right, and sometimes it just gets overwhelming. And every time a new number goes on this board, it just chops a lot of that off at the knees, and I can keep going forward. Because like, I wouldn't still be doing this if we were doing the negativity stuff when we first started. When I did Purple Heart's Final Beat, Phantom Holiday, and those other 3 videos, they were so goddamn heartbreaking.
You're telling me.
I just couldn't live in that world forever, and I
had to edit that shit together.
And the only thing I could do, because I still have the rage and the anger, is just to do a 180, rewrite the battle plan, and start over doing something else.
Yeah.
And it's really made all the difference.
Yeah. Anger is more useful than despair, but laughter heals.
Yes. And it protects.
Yes. We got a chat from Dave Krupel over on YouTube. Says, I don't care what society says, what the standards for men are. There's no shame in a few tears here and there.
Oh, hell no.
And if anyone has earned the right to cry, it's us men. No shame.
Gotcha. Thank you. Though I don't like make it a habit of weeping.
No. No, it's not a good habit to get into.
No, I didn't even, I wouldn't even cry for my kids when my wife killed my dog.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
But there are worse habits to get into, like feminism.
Oh, my Lord. Well, meth and dicks is really close to feminism, I guess.
They're joined at the hip. They're joined at the back pussy. Both need to be washed in the sink immediately.
Or maybe they're joined at the vaginal flaps, those scissor-kicking fools.
Yeah, I saw a picture that a dad posted of like a new tattoo that his daughter got.
Oh, no.
It was 2 scissors on her leg, like doing this, and she talked him into thinking that it was some sort of an homage to her love of crafting.
Oh, God.
Sure.
Oh, my Lord. I don't want to hear that.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a bunch of bullshit right there.
No. You may not be hobbing on the knobby, but that's definitely not for Hobby Lobby. Kiss my ass.
Well, we know what that means.
Hey, it's what every little girl has stripped her Barbies naked and made them do the scissor kick.
Yes, that is actually accurate.
It doesn't really work too well,
No.
from what I understand.
It doesn't work.
I'm just saying, if you don't need a man, you don't need a dishwasher full of his analogs.
No, well, 2 Audis don't make an innie.
No, exactly. So, I mean, honestly, if you will put your hand on a stack of Bibles and say, I don't like cock, then you really need to live up to that. You should be buying fleshlights, not dildos, and then just, bumping up against it. And you can tell me how pleasurable it is. I'll be waiting by the phone anxiously. I'm sure your explanation will not defy logic in any way, shape, or form.
No, I'm sure it's totally rational.
Wah, wah, Wah. There we go. I feel unbelievably betrayed by feminism. 38-year-old journalist posts video about regretting her selfish, me-focused life after putting off kids. And didn't you say that she backpedaled after the backlash hit in?
Yeah. She started backpedaling after the backlash hit.
Yeah, the feminists came out of the woodwork, tried to make her feel like shit for telling the truth, and instead of realizing...
It's her perspective.
Ugh.
It's her perspective.
It is her perspective.
But the truth is simply this. As a woman ages, the fertility goes down.
Little bit. We're going to get into that.
After a certain point, it goes to goose eggs.
Goose egg. Bye-bye. And you hear all these women all the time. Well, my mom had a baby after 40, and she was just fine. How many older siblings do you have?
That's right.
There you go.
Like if you have not had any, first of all, I want to quantify this. I'm not a fucking doctor.
No.
But I've read enough to be somewhat educated on this.
And there are lots of sources you can look at along with tonight's stream.
If you're a woman and you haven't had any children, and then right around 39, you're like, oh, I better get on it. I'm going to run out of time. All right. As a betting man, I am going to bet on the ship has sailed and you're left crying on the dock. When?
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm sorry. I mean,
yeah,
I'm not trying to be mean here. I'm just speaking facts.
You're telling the truth.
Yeah.
And that's all this woman was doing. She was laying it all out. Feminism is a lie. It is the big lie. And most women have swallowed it, as we're going to get into. Because you could take a look at this Pew Research Center study right here. 61% of U.S. women say feminist describes them well. Many see feminism as empowering and polarizing. Now, it's a little misleading, sort of. They say 19% say it describes them very well, and 42% say somewhat well.
Well, here's the thing. That 42%, those are the chameleons.
Yeah.
Or they don't even know they're feminists. You have to ask them probing questions and then gauge their answers.
Yeah. Even the most traditional woman you will meet today will still have some feminist beliefs.
Correct.
Almost guaranteed. Unfortunate, but reality.
Mm-hmm.
So this is her. It was a whole 6-minute video, and allegedly it could potentially be owned by Fox News, so we can't play it. But we do have some of the best nuggets set aside in this article from Not the Bee. And you can check out the video yourself, of course. There's a link to it right here when you click on this source. So this is Melissa Persling, journalist who writes for a variety of outlets and has been especially open about her life over on Business Insider. Last month, she went viral for this piece. I'm 38 and single, and I've recently realized I want a child. I'm terrified I've missed my opportunity.
You have.
She was married to a middle school sweetheart from Idaho when she was in her 20s.
Okay, stop right there. All right.
She had the dream and gave it up.
How many times have I said this? How many times in your life are you going to get somebody willing to stand up in the house of God in front of his friends and family, shell out thousands of dollars, and promise to take care of you until you fucking die? How many times do you think that's going to happen in your life? She already had it once. She shit on it, and now she gets what she gets. Now, I'm not trying to be mean to her. I'm just saying that in life, second chances are very rare.
Yeah.
Very rare.
Yep. And we've also said this before, that all these women bitching about where have all the good men gone. Every single one of them has known at least a half a dozen guys in their past who are ready to wife them up, put a ring on it, and, and bang only them till death do us part. And they shot them all down.
Yep.
And this woman is living proof.
And in the past 10 years, I've had half a dozen women from my past come sniffing around.
Yep.
I'm like, nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm discarded. I'm good.
I had one that I only hooked up with one time.
Yeah.
Randomly just decided to reappear and add me on Facebook again. I'm like, what? She took one look at my profile, saw I was happily married with a kid, and deleted the friend request.
Gone.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, all right. So I messaged her cousin. I was like, I'm going to ask you a quick question. She getting divorced? Yeah. How did you know? Gut feeling.
Yeah.
Epic fail.
What are you going to do, man?
So Melissa remembers sitting on the counter talking to him about the future when she was 20. She didn't want kids, and he did. Because he loved her, he tried to make a marriage work, but a decade later, they divorced. Melissa then dated a 58-year-old rich guy and wrote about it. So she was already in her early 30s, going almost 30 years above her age bracket.
I wonder if
trying to score the goods.
I wonder if she wrote stuff like Amy Horton is.
Who knows?
Yeah.
So this is a sample from the video. I wrote a lot of that article truly scared. I really did think, like, wow, you missed your opportunity. You're going to be alone. Ooh, excuse me. There's a beer. You're not going to have a family. Like, I was really scared when I wrote that. That's exactly like I felt. And when I got comments after that article was published, like I said, there were hundreds of guys emailing me, texting me, LinkedIn messaging, commenting on the post saying, you're selfish. You missed out. You knew you could have had it all, but you picked your career. Calling me horrible things. I mean, it was awful. I sat in bed reading these comments and thought, oh my God, they're right.
Well, 2 more years, and you know what time it'll be.
40 to 80.
Long fucking time.
Long fucking time. She says, for me, it's definitely started to feel hollow and meaningless. You know, it's taken me until this point in my life to realize that that's not a life that's going to bring you happiness. And then the author says, ask any parent if they would trade their kids for a bigger house or a bigger career. Maybe 1 in 10,000 would make the trade. Yeah, I wouldn't trade my kid for anything in the world. Nothing.
No, I wouldn't do that either.
She says, it's such a me-focused culture right now. It really is, and I just think a lot of us are missing out. I don't want to wake up at 60 by myself and go, well, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I feel unbelievably betrayed by feminism. I don't want to put it on the movement because I believe you make your own choices. That much is true. And everything I've done coming up to this point in my life has been my choice, and that's on me. But when I was a little girl, it was like, and to be fair, I think this partly comes from a divorced family and seeing my mom kind of handle a lot. All right. Shocker.
Well, hang on here. So she's saying she doesn't want to put it on feminism. Listen, feminism has been in the school in docking young ladies since I was going to say, since like I remember 1975. Hearing like the women, anything you could do, we could do better. It was they would only say that until I bounced a dodgeball off their snot locker. Bastards. But you know,
it's absolutely true. The reason why leftoids keep trying to shoehorn in all of this indoctrination that has no place in reality younger and younger is because the younger you teach it to these kids, the less they are going to question it.
That's absolutely correct.
Why do you think Drag Queen Story Hour is only for kids and not burn victims, the elderly, the infirm, or shit, the blind?
Or the mentally impaired.
This is all about the indoctrination of our legacy.
Yep.
Feminism was the successful test subject, and it went over monumentally well if you're a globalist assbag kid fucker.
Well, the thing with feminism is, as it marched along and it actually hit all its goals, it ran out of goals and then it branched out into, well, because other craziness.
Money is an important aspect of it too.
Yes.
And so if you win the fight and you acknowledge that you've won the fight, that money just kind of, but we still have so much more to do. I mean, office air conditioning is sexist. I mean, look at me. Bing.
Yeah, listen, man.
Come on.
I can't tell you how many times I'm just sick and tired of hearing them whine and complain about how corporate America is so unfair because, you know, they only want the cushy jobs and they're totally ignoring the dud jobs.
Of course, the ones that actually pay well.
Well, because risk equals reward and time equals money.
There you go. And, you know, actual hard work. Since you're twice as likely to work less than 40 hours, ladies.
36 is their average. 36. 40 is considered full-time.
More likely to take time off, less likely to work their full-time hours. And then they want to bitch and complain that they don't earn as much as men. They could get paid the same. They're still going to have a smaller paycheck. You know why? Because you're lazy.
Because time equals money.
Yes. If you would just understand where your place is, you know, and most of you would actually not want to leave. that was one of the unintended side effects of the lockdownerism.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of women started staying at home with their kids and realized, you know what?
I like this.
I like this. I don't have to report to a boss who doesn't give a shit
Yes, no
whether or not I
loyalty to you.
exist.
As soon as the profit and loss statement goes against the company, they're going to cut you loose.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's freedom, and living for your husband and children is slavery.
Correct.
Despite the fact there's somebody putting food in your fridge, a roof over your head, taking care of all your amenities, and all of the numerous things in the house that do most of the hard work for you due to the nagger tax.
Correct. The other N word.
Yes, the other white meat.
It's unbelievable.
Women sure picked their fight for equality at the perfect time. Yeah. Back when we were out, fighting bears with spears.
Well, here's another thing.
They were happy to stay at home.
If you're at home, your wife's in the house, it's after 10 o'clock, and somebody tries to kick your door down, who's really going to go there and deal with that, huh? It's going to be the dude.
There may or may not be a fucked up but funny video later on a similar beat.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Yep. The dude's going to have to get the gauge of 12 and sweep the floor with some people.
If he's in the mood. Because, if you turned him down for some nookie, he might let somebody sneak into the cookie jar and get all the cookie. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So the thing that really puts the button on it here. Also, it was constantly said, this idea that women can be everything. We don't really need men. Women can have a great career and have the kids that they like and change the tires and do this. I grew up thinking men are great, but I grew up thinking all the same things. I do feel in many ways betrayed by that line of thinking. There you go. A lot of older women in my life, I kind of want to go back to some of these teachers and coaches and say, what the hell did you mean by that? Because women can't do it all. We can't. It's such a lie.
It is. Well, you can do everything, but you do it half as well. And last time I checked, a 50% average is a failing grade.
A little bit.
Boom.
And the person who wrote this article is a male, and he agrees with this sentiment. He says, as a guy, I was well-versed in all unique toxicity of men by the time I was 10.
Wow.
It started young when my kindergarten teacher wanted to put me on Ritalin because I wouldn't sit still like a good little girl. Fortunately, I had a dad who laughed at the idea.
Good.
By the time I was in my teens, I was being taught how men, especially white men, were the source of all the world's problems. I had the role models of Homer Simpson and Peter Griffin to show me how stupid and laughable men are, especially as fathers. I made it through because I had faithful parents who taught me otherwise and because I had a template for masculinity in the Bible. Many men didn't. Unfortunately, our culture is so in slay queen mode, this rot of endless empowerment without wisdom, that it's considered taboo to suggest that maybe women have been sold a lie too.
Boom. There you go.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Boom.
Hey, I mean, even if she figured this out at 38, even now, geriatric pregnancy is anyone over the age of 35.
Yeah, actually,
Advanced
if you're a woman
maternal age,
and you're the age of 34 and you go see a doctor telling you want to have a kid, you're going to get a bunch of pamphlets.
Yep.
You're going to get a warning talk. And then if you continue on, if say you're 36, you get the harsh talking to. You move from the warning talk to the harsh reality talk that, yes, you may be able to have a kid, but he might be down with this syndrome.
You're not kidding.
Yeah. And I don't wish that on anyone. I really
No, I don't either. And this is not anything new even. We have the Daily Wire from 2017 put this article together. Feminism is leaving a wake of unhappy, unmarried, and childless women in its path. According to a recent study from Yale, liberated college-educated women are freezing their eggs because they can't find a man to marry and have children with before their natural childbearing years expire.
And that's from 6 years back?
Yes.
Okay.
In the UK, for instance, 1 in 5 women is childless when their natural reproductive years expire, as opposed to 1 in 10 a mere generation before.
Wow.
Damn.
Ooh, that's bad.
And of course, I mean, feminism is obviously the answer as to why this is happening. But of course, any American academic is not really going to allow the blaming of feminism. So essentially, what happened here is that the author of the study, his name is Marcia Inhorn, anthropology professor at Yale, concludes that the common assumption about women putting off children to advance their careers is mere myth. 150 women undergoing the egg freezing process in the U.S. and Israel who were extensively interviewed for the study claimed they were not putting off having a family in order to advance their career, but simply because they couldn't find a mate.
All right, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
If you can't find a man, or if you want to use your career and you want to freeze your eggs, guess what? The minute you go over 35,
you're done.
You're going to try to, bring those eggs to basically a child. You want to grow that in a blown out, worn out tobacco purse of the uterus that you have. Good luck with that.
Yeah, it's good times.
Listen, a lot of, especially
I'm visualizing it.
The women of today, right? By the time they get to 40, they've had an army of penises run through them. Gallons and gallons of bazooka juice.
5 gallons to be exact, 0.5 of which goes in the back pussy.
That may or may
splashes
not
in
be
his face.
Infected with VADA.
Yes.
And listen,
especially if you were part of the polyamorous swinger lifestyle, the chances of you contracting an STI within 5 years of engaging in that shit is 40%.
40%, yeah. Yeah, and guess what? Women catch chlamydia, which is gonorrhea light if you do it on a VD scale.
Someone I'm related to caught it twice in a year.
Yeah, but the thing is it's really it's bad for men to get that.
This is bad, right?
Really bad for women.
This is bad.
A lot of times they don't know they have it.
Yep.
And even if they do catch it, and then they catch it over and over again, every single time it does damage to the waxworks.
Yep.
That's a very delicate bunch of you meet in their lower GI area, which can create a human life.
I think that now is as good a time as any to play one of our effed up but funny videos. Modern Women in a Nutshell.
Here we go.
My cousin, who is younger than me, is getting married today. Meanwhile, I have credit card debt. I am in a toxic situationship with one of my exes. Last week, I was so broke that instead of getting an Uber to the airport, I had a random guy from Hinge drive me. And this year, I have had chlamydia twice. So far. Happy wedding.
And that's how you wind up in an early and shallow grave.
A little bit.
I need a ride to the airport. I don't know who the hell you are, but I'm going to get in your car. You can take me anywhere.
Hey, random Hinge guy. I'll give you a road head on the way to the airport if you just take me. Thank you, Digital Dude, for that video.
And first of all, I don't know what that woman was thinking, because the internet is forever.
Forever, exactly. Chlamydia twice
in
a year.
And she looked like she was like in her late or early 30s.
And that means the dude's a raw dog in the road whore.
Yeah. So she might have actually caught it more than just 2 times.
God. And spread it to Lord knows how many in between.
Yeah, that ain't cool, man.
No pun intended, of course.
Nah.
If anybody needs to wash their pussy in the sink,
that would be her.
I hope she uses a wire brush, because it's probably going to be necessary.
God damn, that's harsh.
A little pipe cleaner up in there. She can use them later for her Pippi Longstocking costume. And then have handlebars for the roadhead for the random Hinge rides to the airport at the same time.
Yep. And
you're disgusting.
Here's a funny story here. I ran into a friend of a woman I dated for several years back in the day, right? And this was about 4 or 5 years back. And we're doing the small talk. I never really liked her.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there and she's like, yeah, I don't have any children. And I didn't think it through. I just, because you know how I am. I was literally like, well, VD and abortion tends to have that effect. And she literally just turned around and like ran out of the store like in tears.
And he never saw her again.
I obviously hit the bullseye because, it is what it is. Bad trombone. I don't have to tell you.
Hey, you know what? The truth is not an insult and the reality is not an attack.
It's not.
Right? If the truth hurts, it's because somebody's living a lie.
Yeah.
You just let them have it.
Run out of the store.
Full force right in the face. And as far as most of these modern ladies go, it won't be their first rodeo.
No. I know that would really enrage a lot of women if I got up on stage. Like, all right, how many women are over 30 and don't have any kids?
Oh,
Well, it looks like,
most of you.
Chlamydia and abortion tends to have that effect.
And then it'd be like Batman Returns. Why is there somebody who always brings eggs and tomatoes to a speech? Try to swing the umbrella. Damn it, I picked a cute one. Let's jump back into this study here and see how this person who refuses to blame feminism for its obvious effects on modern women who are extraordinarily susceptible to suggestion, thanks to something else that we're going to be going to be covering later on. Oh, man. She actually winds up telling on herself kind of on accident.
Well, they usually do.
She blames the problem, and we've actually done a whole episode on this, on a shortage of college-educated men.
So it's men's fault now.
Yeah, it's not diversity quotas that are keeping us out of college or anything like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not the fact that we understand debt and money, and therefore we don't hold 2/3 of the student debt like other disadvantaged and marginalized people.
Well, most dudes learn the benefit of a cost-benefit analysis very early. Oh, man. Totally got me on that one.
Well, see, the reason why they don't think about the money is because this is what's routinely flying at them on a regular basis, and they're more than happy to catch it in their mouth.
You're not wrong.
I know. So there's a major gap between my thighs. They are literally missing men. There are not enough college graduates for them. In simple terms, this is about an oversupply of educated women. You mean indoctrinated women?
Yeah, especially if these women are going to school for a college degree that really is not going to give them a good job.
Yeah, because what can
are they
you do?
Really college educated?
Yeah, what can you do with a gender studies degree except teach gender studies?
Or you could be hired at a company and be a royal pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Because
Because
it cause lawsuits and bullshit and turmoil.
And we know for a fact that people who are hiring at these jobs take one look at a resume with pronouns on it and throw it out the window.
I'm going to tell you right now, if I opened my own business, I probably would not hire women.
Pronouns are bullshit, and that's why this is one of my favorite videos that we've watched recently. I kept this from Pop because I want to catch him by surprise.
Oh, no.
I'm Asian. I'm so Asian. My pronouns are he.
Bait and switch. That was expertly delivered. That's a solid 8 out of 10, right?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's good shit right there. Well done, Asian sir, Mr. Kung Pao Chicken or whatever his name is. Oh, here we go. Most women who are educated would like to have an educated partner. Traditionally, women have also wanted to marry up to go for someone more successful and financially well off. Inhorn then goes on to blame feminism, sort of.
There's no sort of here.
Essentially, because of feminism, liberated women, liberated needs to be in quotes, are college educated but unhappy and alone in exchange, she argues. As a feminist, I think it's great that women are doing so well, but I think there's been a cost that has been paid, adding that women have been left in sadness and isolation. Yes, and when it's women who have put themselves in that position of their own volition, we're supposed to feel bad for them and create policy and more taxes and shit like that. When it's men, well, they're just worthless incels and they need to figure out how to get their penis into a woman, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
There is no compassion for dudes.
None.
Not from the hand, not through the eyes, hands, or hearts of women. Very few women have any compassion for dudes nowadays.
Ugh. And it just gets worse and worse. And you know, the regret is not, like I said, it is not limited to these 38-year-olds. A lot of younger women are feeling it too. You guys can check out this article here. It's got some really great points in it. Women regretting feminism comes from newsofx.com, and it's by a published author. There's a bunch of videos in here that you guys can watch. I mean, this is,
we're not going to read the whole guide.
We're not going to read the whole thing, but there's a couple in here that really need to be said. I want to say it was one Here we go. It wasn't enough for women to enjoy their part and suffer their part, just like men.
Mhm.
It wasn't enough for women to be inferior in some ways and superior in others, just like men.
Mm.
Feminism had to come to the bargaining table claiming nothing to give, but only the need to take. Feminism had to manipulate man into pouring from his glass half full into her glass half empty, till few marriageable men remain. Feminism could not settle for balanced equality. Under feminism, women could often be more than, but never less than in anything ever.
Hmm.
Modern entertainment, anybody? Feminism had to have supremacy, and now see where it's gotten us. And there are at least 4 videos here of women expressing regret. Even Jennifer Aniston. I mean, she was one of the hottest pieces walking on 2 legs during the
Doesn't she have
90s.
a duh?
I have no idea. Every dude wanted to bang that shit out. And even Brad Pitt couldn't keep her happy.
No. In my opinion, I think Brad Pitt got rid of her before he went over the 10-year mark, because back then California did have permanent alimony.
Yeah, but then he went for a completely crazy woman who used to wear her ex-husband's fucking blood in a vial around her neck.
Karma got him.
And he had kids with that one.
Yeah. And guess what? Brad Pitt was banging Tyson's wife back in the day. And Tyson, took the high road and didn't smash Brad Pitt's face in. But then karma caught Brad Pitt, and he married a woman who sawed her tits off, scooped out her ovaries with ice cream scoops, and then decided to divorce him, lie on him, and keep his kids away from him for half a decade. And payback's a bitch, Mr. Brad Pitt.
And as Mike Tyson would say, that's just sad.
Yeah.
And Merry Christmas.
I'm just saying that.
You filthy animals.
Yeah, Tyson would have been well within his rights to punch old Pitt in the face.
Oh, yeah. This top video here actually is a compilation of a bunch of different shorter ones. So we can even possibly throw one of these on now and see what's what. Because it comes from, I believe, what's called the Modern
Guys, can we just talk about something real quick? Because I want to know when I subscribed for this level of adulting. Because I don't remember. Like, I legit don't remember. Like, I know I'm 30, which, by the way, what the fuck? I just don't feel like I subscribe for this. Like, there's always something to do. So you want me to work?
Yeah.
You want me to have a social life? You want me to look and care for my family? You want me to do self-care, go to the gym, eat well, take my vitamins, run a household, pay my bills, and the rest? Like, are you joking? Because I don't have the capacity.
Men
okay.
do it.
And while I'm on the subject,
it's called being an average adult.
Mm-hmm. Men do it. I mean, that's our default setting.
Yeah. I love how being an average adult for a woman constitutes being strong and independent. As a dude, you can do all the same shit. You're not strong and independent. In fact, you're still not good enough.
That's right. You're not a real man.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
So I'm supposed to just shower you with adulation, especially if you were stupid enough to get knocked up out of wedlock and become a single mom. I'm supposed to get down on my knees and just feel thankful that I'm even in your presence in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, come on.
But the government is paying your bills.
And she's not even that good looking.
No, she's not. It just goes on from there. But you can see the kind of cope that we're dealing with here. I didn't sign up for this. Well, yeah, you did.
Yes, you did. Copium.
As soon as you believed the lie that you were the prize and you don't need a man, you signed up for this.
Yeah, you sat on that penis. You did it. Just saying.
Suck a dick.
You sat on it. And you get what you get.
You get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Exactly. But we already saw her.
Yeah, we just saw that.
What it all is really going to boil down to, what actually makes most of these women wake up, and this was your thought, was kids.
Yeah.
Or lack thereof.
At some point, women, they go through that. Maybe I should have kids now. I don't know. So some women, it's worse for others than
baby rabies.
And listen, there is a percentage of women that just, I never want to have kids, and they're cool with it.
And that's fine.
God bless them.
That's fine. If you actually know that, and it's not something that changes, most of the time, though, it's just like declaring yourself to be part of the alphabet mafia. Within a few years, you're going to realize you're stupid, and you're going to go back to being what you were supposed to be in the first place. Oops.
Yeah, gotcha.
But it's totally not a socially induced psychosis. Born this way, except for when I feel like changing it on a dime.
Well, well, to be honest, women do swing back and forth a lot more than dudes. At least
I'm just saying in general now, though.
Yeah.
It's hilarious how we went from born this way to, well, I mean, it just depends on how I feel that day.
It's fluid.
It could change a few times a day. Oh, and by the way, did I mention I have DID? Dissociative identity disorder, split personalities. Oh, that makes it even better.
Oh, yeah.
Now I can bang you one day, and the next day you can accuse me of rapé because I did it with one of your alters. It's okay. It doesn't count if I did her in the back pussy.
Listen, man.
That's what you said in high school when you said you were still a virgin.
That's how you catch a charge. I'm just saying. That's how you catch a charge.
Anybody out there know women like that other than our stunning and brave Governor Schittler, Stretch and Gretchen?
Mm.
I'm a virgin. You've had 38 dicks up your ass. When you
was,
fart, it sounds like...
It was actually probably more than that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, probably true.
I mean, this is all just speculation, of course.
Of course, yeah. This is all allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whole starting lineup could fit in that fourth point of contact, but it's all allegedly.
I mean, we do have that one attorney friend of ours.
Yes.
And he knows of her a lot more than we do. And he was confirming a lot of the
alleged
anal bumping.
Rump roasting,
rump rubbing,
the rump rangers.
yeah. Hole huffing.
Colon. I'm pounding on your colon. Colon is so swollen. Rawhide. Push it in, pull it out. Push it in, pull it out.
Dude, we're going to hell.
Yeah, we are. It's okay though. We'll be in good company because we got about 871 dudes just on YouTube who are going to come right along with us. Nice to see you all tonight. Oh man, we got to read a few YouTube chats. Why not here? And then we're going to get into fertility.
Oh, yeah.
Every woman's favorite subject over the age of 30. Andrew Quapala. I think that enlisted people are really out of control. Officers are your superiors. I'm sorry you won't act accordingly. I'm sorry, what?
Fuck you. Are you kidding me?
I was going to say, this is not the kind of platform where you want to pick that particular fight.
I mean, in my entire 33 years, I can name 12 officers that were outstanding, and 8 of them are retired or dead.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, actually, 10 of them are retired or dead, and the other 2 will shortly be retired.
Yeah. And he follows it up here with, never heard a woman complain about 2 men in a truck. When Ruth Ginsburg died, men carried her casket, didn't see women lifting anything. Now that I absolutely agree with.
100%.
You're absolutely right on that one. Mike 6206, that reporter needs to know where she's going to. Boxed wine in Catland. You're not wrong.
Yeah, you're not wrong, man.
Fan I am. My chat in the email, all about the Fs. All right, all about the Fs.
We got here.
I thought we were all out of Fs to give.
Yeah.
We all know what Fs men look for in a woman: fit, feminine, friendly, fertile, and faithful. But we avoid women who are unhealthy mentally and physically.
Mm-hmm.
Overweight, physically weak, or have physical conditions that require medication. I'm gluten-free, have chronic fatigue and lupus.
Ooh.
Have fragile egos. What's that supposed to mean? Are crazy, requiring medication, and aren't a hard worker or lazy who wants the man to do everything. So I've distilled this down to the F's men avoid in women are fat, feeble, fragile, fruitcake, and freeloading. Feel free to use this.
I like it.
My brain just went boop. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Fat, feeble, fragile, fruitcake, and freeloading.
I got to write that down.
That is beautiful.
That's good.
I'm putting a star on this email. That is
Put a star
fantastic.
on that one. That one's going in the book.
Oh, yeah, definitely going into the book. Woo! Outstanding. Very, very well done, good sir. Emperor Revolver. Feminism gave women exactly what they wanted: freedom and independence, and an endless amount of access to peen. And that's part of the problem. Not a band account says a real man raises other men's children with her is one of our favorite trolls. Don't worry about him. He doesn't actually believe that. He's here way too often.
Yeah. Now that whole real man shit, that not gonna get.
Not so much. No. Oh man. So we have a bunch of sources about this, but we're going to keep it to the ones that are the most important when dealing with fertility turning into futility. And of course, what's one of the ways that women try to dodge the accountability of their biological clock? Freezing their eggs. The chilling truth about freezing your eggs. You don't even really need to read this entire article.
We already know the
You
deal.
only need to read the first paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why. Egg freezing, a process by which eggs are removed and cryogenically stored to prevent age-related decline, has seen a rise in popularity with a threefold increase since 2014, according to research from the London Women's Clinic. Now, why is this significant? Because this article was written in 2017.
Wow.
So within 3 years, you had a 300% increase.
I'm just wondering how high it is now.
Yeah, I'm
It's
curious
like-
myself. If anybody has the
It's like
stats
6
on
years
this.
away.
Yeah. When you sent me this, I read it and I'm like, when was this written? Holy shit. Wow. Meanwhile, recent coverage of a social egg freezing advocate such as Dr. Emily Grossman, I enunciated it that way on purpose, seems to offer hope to women who want to buy time before meeting the right partner or to delay pregnancy. Ostensibly, egg freezing offers women this breathing space to preserve their chance of having a baby without compromising on other aspects of their lives. Sounds like more narcissism to me.
Well, all right, hang on here a minute. All right. So, what are the actual success rates of unthawing said eggs and actually successfully fertilizing them?
14%.
Okay. 14%. And that's even before they get put in the old tobacco purse.
Yes. 14% is actually lower than naturally getting pregnant within 3 months of trying in your mid to late 30s.
Okay.
You have about a 30% chance of naturally conceiving within 3 months during your 20s. All this information is available in the sources on redonkulas.com.
It's all in the sources for redonkulas.com. Yeah.
Wow.
We don't have to read the whole thing to them.
No, we don't have to read the whole thing. But that by itself, right there, just the fact that it was a threefold increase in 3 years.
I'm just wondering.
Wow.
I mean, wow. So that would be, if it continued along that same track from 2017 to now, would be about a
600%.
700
yes.
increase. Wow.
Absolutely freaking insane.
It's gonna.
And what does this cost? According to Forbes, the cost of being a strong, independent career woman. Because, it's not about being a career woman. It's about not having enough marriageable men. Even though we've insisted on shoehorning ourselves into men's spaces, displacing them with the help of subsidy, the same government we claim as a patriarchy and wants to oppress us. I mean, do I really need to go any further?
No, you don't. But my thing is this: a lot of these women will start freezing their eggs in their late 20s, and it's going to cost what, 10 to 30 grand just to do that.
Yep, here it is.
Yep.
15 to 30 grand. And how old is this article? Let's just make sure. This is from 2023, so this is updated. These costs are current. 15 to 30 grand. Medications account for over a third of those charges.
Yes.
And as we all know, Big Pharma totally has your best interests in mind. Wink, wink.
Yep.
Nudge, nudge. Wash your pussy in the sink.
Oh my God. You are correct, fine sir.
And add this to the fact that women hold 2/3 of student debt. And what? So that they get out of college at 22, pay off their student loans at 37, and then have to go back into debt to freeze their eggs because they're stupid?
Pretty much. And we do have the CDC IVF success generator. And if they pay for 3 procedures at the age of 40, they have like a 41% chance of.
Yes. And this is something that you can calculate yourself. If you know ladies who have given up the kids or claim they don't want any, whatever, and then, you get the inkling that the baby rabies might be biting, they're going to start foaming at the mouth and the lips, you can send them to here. The IVF Success Estimator from the CDC.gov. They can plug in the background and history, diagnosis plans, everything, and then you can calculate the success rate. It's astonishingly low.
Yes, it is. And, like what I came up with here when I did the age of 40.
Yep.
Okay. weight of 225, because like women, they start off at
Size 14.
They start off at 170 when they get out of high school. 225 is not out of the realm of impossibility by 40. 5'6" tall. Never tried anything before. And then I just checked the box. I don't know, no reason.
Okay.
16% chance of
16%.
success on the first go.
That fits right in line with the article
Yep.
we were just quoting.
Yep.
Wow. I clicked on one part of the screen and the mouse jumped from the left over to the right and started a countdown clock.
Haunted.
Haunted.
Haunted. What can I say?
Haunted. I don't like it when my mice jump. Give you a piece of cheese, you piece of shit. Ugh. Oh, man. And if that isn't enough to drive you crazy, let's talk about the actual insanity that can come about from infertility. This I didn't even know.
I sent you this link.
You sent me all of
because
these.
There is a definite link between mental issues and infertility.
Big time.
And that's before we talk about over half the liberals being out of their goddamn mind.
Yep.
And 30% of women under the age of 30 have a mental problem.
You're damn right.
We are, listen, this spinster bubble is going to burst.
Oh, yeah, it's going to burst big time.
And when that happens, we're going to be surrounded by poor, desperate, crazy bitches.
Or as we call them, OPAF.
Yeah. Old, poor,
or O-beef.
O-beef?
O-beef. Old, bitchy, entitled, expensive, and fat.
I still like OPAF too.
O-beef and cheddar. I don't want to come up with an acronym for cheddar. It's too long.
It's just too
It's way too long. That's what your mom said. And by the way, I'm going to raise this for her.
Yeah, my mom's still in the hospital, if you guys want.
Yeah, I know.
And we got a little bit of bad news today. Hopefully we can get around it.
Yep. Fingers crossed, brother. Fingers crossed. Unfortunately, there's no help for these ladies. A complex relationship between infertility and psychological distress. So here's the abstract right here, which essentially sums up this whole shenanigans. Infertility is defined as the inability to procreate, carry, or deliver a baby naturally. Majority of specialists describe infertility as being unable to get pregnant after having tried for at least 1 year. The relationship between infertility and psychological stress is complex. On one hand, infertile couples are subject to greater stress and have a greater risk of developing psychological disorders compared with normal, healthy couples. On the other hand, high levels of psychological distress have been indicated to increase infertility. That's what we call a vicious circle for those in the know.
Or, if you're a woman, a vicious cycle.
Yes. 5 to 7 days a month.
Yes.
Therefore, in the present review, the main factors that may lead to increased stress in couples who try to conceive, psychological stress is the reason for infertility, and the therapies that can help decrease psychological distress and increase chances of pregnancy are underlined. In addition to the psychological side effects that may occur from infertility itself, a range of other side effects can be caused by hormones and drugs used to treat infertility. No, it's not like Big Pharma wants to turn you into perma patients.
Monkeying around with somebody's hormones.
That's not why we're opening up gender clinics for children all around the country, right?
Yeah, right. Ooh.
I mean, if these hormones are bad for women who naturally have them, then they must be perfectly safe for young kids who don't, right?
Winning. No. Wow, the logic is thick here.
Looney Tunes.
The logic is thick here.
And what's crazy is that just this week, we were sent 2 articles that seem completely unrelated to this, but they fit like a glove. And here's the first one. And
here we go.
I swear to you, I did not Photoshop this. I did not make this up. This is absolutely true. New study suggests having a pet cat increases the risk of schizophrenia. Experts say it could be due to toxic parasites that pets carry. Owning a cat is linked to double the risk of developing schizophrenia.
Wow.
The crazy cat lady phenomena is real.
It's real.
And it has a medical origin.
No, listen, when I was a kid, there was a woman that lived at the end of my block.
Woo!
And there were hundreds of cats living in her garage. The city had to come and catch as many as they could.
Oh, God.
It was terrible.
Ugh.
Ugh.
No, thank you. Of course, and it also says marijuana may be behind 30% of schizophrenia cases in men. That's interesting.
You gotta smoke a lot of marijuana.
You got to smoke a lot of doobs for that, and not to mention the fact that, I mean, when you're smoking it, you're inherently taking in all of the impurities that are grown around it in the soil, because hemp is really good at siphoning all that stuff away, which is why when people tell me they're taking CBD, I'm like, are you taking American grown CBD? Why? Because if you get the cheap shit
from China,
it's going to come from either Russia or China. Okay. Russia plants their CBD in Chernobyl.
Nice.
To remove radiation from the ground. And then they send it over here for you to buy at the gas station because you're an idiot. And then China plants theirs in old tobacco fields. Tobacco's not carcinogenic, right?
Yep.
I'm just asking.
Well, there's also, they have a lot of waste and chemical runoff and such.
Oh, yeah, because, they have their own environmental protection agency,
they're all
right?
about protecting the environment. Yeah, right. Sure. Suck it!
Suck a dick! All the dicks.
Yeah. Just line them up.
Da, 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 da. Fuck's sake. So, and this isn't some like very small study. This is a review of 17 studies.
Yeah.
By researchers down in Australia, the land of the didgeridoo.
Well, we do have a lot of guys watch the show from Australia.
Yes, we do. We did have Sidney MGTOW back on the show. He's a nice dude.
Just the time thing, though.
Yeah. They found individuals exposed to cats before the age of 25 had approximately twice the odds of developing schizophrenia. In the paper, scientists posed that the link is likely due to the parasite found in pets called Toxoplasma gondii, also known as, T. gondii, which can enter the body via a bite.
Well, it's that, and you can actually get it from the dust from the kitty litter box.
And then not only that, you have these people who, that they let their cats, they have them in the litter box in the house, right? And then they let their cats walk on their counters where they prepare food.
What could go wrong?
The good idea fairy called.
What's the worst that could happen? You go fucking crazy. Great.
Women aren't crazy, right? They're just not the same women that our grandfathers married.
Oh my God.
And it's because of one more element. It's not just feminism, although this is a direct result of it. Apparently, it's also birth control.
Oh, yeah.
This is really interesting. Oral birth control may alter the part of the brain responsible for emotion, anxiety, and fear, possibly making women on the pill more likely to engage in unsafe behaviors. Researchers from Canada, now this is a very small study, to be fair.
And it is from Canada.
But Canada is not really in the business of actually doing real research and releasing its findings if it reflects poorly on females. So I tend to think that there may be more to this.
Yeah, there are no death panels.
Yeah, totally never know. Yeah. Sarah Palin was always wrong about everything.
The best we can do is kill you.
Best we can do is kill you. So 139 chicks from Canada, age 23 to 35, found that those taking the oral contraception had thinner regions of their frontal lobe than those who had never taken or stopped taking them.
Wow.
That thinning is thought to impact social conduct and impulsivity, possibly leading to women on oral contraceptions having lower inhibitions, taking more risks, and having less fear. It's almost as if they were reading our minds.
What could go wrong? Yeah, and you send these women to college and give them alcohol and drugs.
And you send them to the all-you-can-fuck buffet, essentially. Yeah, good times.
Ay.
Maybe there's a reason that women tend to... Now, this is the funniest part of the article, and I love this. Maybe there's a reason women tend to be more risk-averse than men. Perhaps because they're more at risk of suffering significant consequences of risky behavior, whether it's physical danger or sexual intimacy. Perhaps God designed women to be a counterbalance to male risk-taking. Now, these memes are priceless. Why women live longer than men.
Yeah, like that guy.
There's no floor here, just so we're clear.
Like that one dude stabilizing the ladder with his arm is really going to stop that fatty from breaking his ass on the stairs.
Oh, it's great.
Get at it. Oh, yeah. I've seen that before. I've seen that actually in the army barracks.
Anybody ever seen a spinal compression injury? It's good times.
It's bad.
Yeah. Feed the bear. Just dangle raw meat in front of its face. What could go wrong?
It'll be fine.
It's all good.
And here we go.
And he's sawing the boards off that he's standing on.
I've seen Iraqis do this in Iraq.
Way to go, Haji.
No, literally.
This is my favorite.
Oh my God, this is so dumb.
They've got, it's kind of on the small side, so I'll have to describe. They got a table in the middle. I don't even know what's on it. Maybe like a radio or something. There's beers, and they have a surge protector floating on 2 sandals.
But they have the surge protector plugged into another surge protector.
Yeah, which is dangling on the edge of the pool. They're going to come out of that pool looking
They're going to die if that thing goes in there. They're
You're going to die.
Yeah, they're going to V-fib out, man.
But, mad props to the person who took time out to take this photo just so we can all laugh at these chuckling morons.
Oh, my God. Now, listen, when I was a young kid, I did a lot of stupid shit.
Oh, we all did. Yeah. I love this. Maybe God's design is such that the human body is pretty much freaking perfect as it is, and we shouldn't be loading it with mass-produced hormones, the effects of which we only barely understand. I'm just saying.
Yep. 100% right.
The scientists conducting this study said, oh, well, more research needs to be done. You think? But their results suggest exposure to sex hormones plays a role in the structure of the nervous system. No. Who knew?
Well,
it's not like we don't know what puberty does to the average person.
Well, first of all, women usually develop their bit switch right around, 12 or 13.
And they develop I don't even know what it is when they're like,
it's literally between their shoulder blades.
Your daughter was 3 when she's like,
yeah. You're right.
Shit.
You're right.
Wow.
Stand corrected on that one.
Wow. So now we know. Well, if you want to talk about a big lie, you're not talking about 2020. You're talking about feminism.
Mm-hmm.
Feminism has destroyed women's happiness, their lives, their fertility. And this is a big one here. This is something that I didn't get a chance to talk about earlier, but I wanted to make sure that it was mentioned right here as another article from Forbes. You take all of this stuff, the birth control, the crazy cat lady starter kit, the schizophrenia, and the fact that they're insisting that the problem is not them making terrible decisions, it's a lack of marriageable men.
Yeah.
Compound it.
Because, we have to step it up.
Yeah.
All right, so let me get this straight.
Yeah, never mind all the facts.
I need to be a star athlete. I got to have a 6-pack. I got to be 6 feet or at least taller. And if I'm not, because Mother Nature put it in my pooper, I'm out of the game automatically. Then I have to go to college, grad school, work for 5 to 10 years to build up, my nest egg or whatever, so I could attract a woman who's 170 pounds when they walk across the stage of high school and has had probably half a dozen dicks run through every orifice in her goddamn body. She's had so much exposure to see me on. Her hair is permanently fucking moosed. Boom.
I couldn't have put it any better than that.
Man, you got to push me over the edge to make me go knife hand drill sergeant on people.
That's why people tune in.
Oh my God.
But this is what it really, you have to wonder about this too. Women are waiting until later in life to have children, according to the most recent Bureau data. In the last 30 years, fertility rates for women, now this is fertility rates for women in their prime years, ages 20 to 24, have declined by 43%.
Well, listen, I'm going to be honest.
It gets worse.
Oh, well, men, it's happening to men too. I think it's chemicals also. It's not only just the birth control shit, but I think it's chemicals in our food supply.
Absolutely. And the byproduct of the chemical hormone bullshit is in our municipal water. Mm-hmm. If you drink tap water, stop.
Yeah.
If you're out in the sticks and you have well water, that's fine. Put a double osmosis filter in that bitch and you're golden, okay? But if you live in a suburban or urban area and you are drinking municipal water, you are drinking byproducts of birth control piss.
And other medications.
Stop. And on top of that, you've got the FDA, which is nothing more than a shill organization that's at the whim of whoever was willing to bribe them enough.
Also the CDC.
There you go.
But here's another thing. It's like a lot of the municipal water supplies were constructed back in the day before they knew anything about these toxic chemicals and hormones and what have you.
Exactly.
They could probably redesign it to take care of that, but that's going to cost more money.
Yeah. And why would we want to actually spend money taking care of our citizens when we can displace disabled veterans in favor of economic migrants?
Yes.
And force us all to pay for that shit. Fuck off.
Oh, Lord.
This does get worse, though.
Oh, here we go. I can't wait. I can't wait.
At the same time, fertility is declining for women in their prime years by 43%. First-time motherhood between 35 and 39 has increased by 67%.
Yep. And those are probably the women who are like, oh, my God, I'm out of time. And they only have that one fucking kid.
Yep.
They can't have multiple kids at that age.
Yeah, and they either go get the sperm donor, the frozen pop, or they go to the glory hole, get banged one out behind the dumb cumster at a bar.
Well, some of these women who do IVF wind up having twins and triplets. It's quite common.
It is common because of all the shit that they're pumping into their system.
Well, they put like multiple embryos in there, hoping that at least one will stick.
Yep, and it does happen.
Yeah,
it does happen a lot. Hot damn. What a time to be alive.
Well,
but it's all our fault.
It's hilarious.
We have to. It's all our fault, Pop. I mean,
I take 100% accountability.
We're just not marriageable enough.
No, I was that guy doing CPR on that dude's ass, and all of those chicks in high school that were getting primed at the pump early. Yeah, it's my fault. And shut up.
Yeah.
Pound some sand.
Bottom line, ladies, if you don't like what we have to say, read the meme.
Yeah, I love that one. Die mad, you salty bitches.
Your salty tears do not supply iodine, a necessary dietary ingredient. Suck a dick.
But yeah, my God. Unbelievable.
But pound sand, not vag.
And this is only going to get worse. You know that, right?
It is.
Because they're not. Get worse. It took us from the 70s to get to the train wreck we're in. They would have to do a complete 180, and it would take a minimum of 2 fucking decades to undo this shit just to get to like normal.
Yeah. And you want to know what else happened in the 1970s? Jimmy Carter created the Department of Education.
Oh, yeah, that worked out really well.
So well. We went from being first on the planet in education to the low 20s.
Well, I mean, I was reading this article a year and a half, 2 years back, that there were 3 counties, and I want to say in New York State, where they couldn't even come up with half a dozen people to pass college algebra out of high school.
Shocker.
Boom.
Shocker.
Yeah, because math is racist, even though everything in the universe runs on fucking math.
Yeah.
How is that white supreme peace?
Literally, the images on your screen.
Math.
Are math.
Math. It's all math.
It's all ones and zeros.
Yeah.
Damn.
Math.
Why do you think we love math here so much?
I remember I came home on leave. I went to go see Mrs. Backus, my algebra teacher.
Backus?
She was my geometry teacher, 1 and 2. And they're giving her all kinds of shit. And I'm walking by because I want to go talk to one of my teachers. And I hear this guy like, what do we need a geometry for? And I walk in there, my dress screen's like, who said that?
Everything.
I get up there, I'm like, you see this triangle? You see this right here? If I'm firing a mortar here, this is the highest point. I need to be able to warn aircrafts to not come lower than this. And I'm like, that's how you use geometry, bitches.
Yeah.
They're all like, what the fuck is this? I love that woman, Miss Backus. She was a peach. Sorry, I went off on a tangent there.
Dave used to bang a chick I went to school with named Backus. She had really great tits, too, you lucky fucker. He's smiling at me like...
Dave is the research. He's the new guy, the research guy.
Didn't even give me a reach around, you fag. Only if there's eye contact, of course, yeah. It's only weird if you're staring at my back pussy, bro.
Don't make it weird.
Don't make it weird. This is why we keep him around, man.
Yeah, it's good shit. Good shit, man.
It is good shit. And you know what? All these ladies, who are going to get mad at this, they all expect you to believe myths and other bullshit. And this is what they mean when they think, babe, I didn't mean to cheat. It just happened.
In the middle of the night, I'm trying to
I mean,
Is that
dude,
intentional or by
I
mistake?
just tripped and fell, and it went in my mouth.
He did that on purpose. He did that on purpose. That's good shit right there.
Digital do you and your videos, man.
Yeah, that's some good stuff.
That is some good shit right there.
That's hilarious.
Not even gonna cap on it. All right, we got Luke 1234 says off topic, but Blake, if you could redo your setup with today's tech, which equipment would you use? I don't know. I really like it. Most of this tech is new, so
yeah. And then we went through a lot of trial and error. We got piles of tech that we used only for a little short amount of time.
Yeah, I do think that having the monitor off station here is better than having the whole computer here. I got a lot more room to work. But yeah, this mixer here is still A1, top of the line. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my computer's on the older side, but you know what? Who cares? If it works, it works.
If it works, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, and these headsets were a real steal. These are only, I mean, if you guys want to do any sort of podcasting or anything like that on your own, these headsets are only like $125 on Amazon. They're Audio Technica, XLR for the mic, and 1/4 inch for the headset. Really good deal.
Good deal.
So check it out. Fan I am, just to clarify, I don't have chronic fatigue, lupus, or gluten-free. The parentheses were supposed to be read in a soppy female voice. Oh, okay. I just wanted to say, like, dude, tough life. I mean, according to House, it's never lupus.
Well, most of the time, if you have you have a gluten problem, it's really you cannot deal with the artificial folic acid.
Yeah,
you have there's something going on in your DNA.
A lot of that shit in cereal,
and they fortify everything with that shit now, the folic acid. So.
Yeah, I know. I tell people all the time, like, don't just. If it comes in a box, it's probably not the best thing for you.
That's right.
Fan I am, oral birth control. Is that a euphemism for a PJ?
Yeah. I would say yeah. I'm going to write that down.
That's pretty good. Yeah. I've got the best birth control there is. Open wide.
Oh, that's totally hilarious.
It is. And I've got a video for that.
Oh, no.
This is one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, yeah. It's so damn funny. You're going to laugh so fucking hard.
Is this the one you want to send me?
Say my name, baby. What's my name? What's my name, baby? What's my name? Payback from last night.
I don't even want this anymore.
Just play it one more time. No way.
Say my name, baby. What's my name? What's my name, baby? What's my name? Payback from last night.
I don't even want this anymore.
Oh my God! Oh shit! That was that's a chef's kiss right there.
That's from Ascension, dude. Never change.
Oh my God, that was hilarious. We need to save that one.
What's my name?
We need to save that one. That one's got to be
saving it. That's going in the file. We're keeping that one. The sounds that he's making.
So we have what next?
Do
we have next Tuesday and Thursday before we go on vacay?
That is correct.
All right, so on Thursday before we go on vacay, let's retouch on all of the videos we did this year.
All right.
And then we could ask people what they thought or answer questions or whatever.
If there's even time for that.
Yeah,
and I'm going to tell you why, because, and everybody in the chat is going to want to know this, all 835 of you over on YouTube and 884 of you over on Rumble are going to want to know that a week from tonight, not only will I be here, not only will Dear Sarge be here.
All right.
Senior Airman Dick Fitzwell is going to be here.
He's coming into town.
Yes.
All right.
You guys wanted a stream with Dear Sarge, the Popster, and Fitzwell. It's going to happen, and probably a lot sooner than you expected. So, Merry fucking Christmas.
Yeah.
Fan I Am says, my new favorite insult, he got a touch of the tism.
A touch of the tism.
That explains a lot of these sounds, actually. Now that I don't even want this. That's up there with washing the pussy in the
Oh
sink.
my God! We have to put that all-time favorite folder.
Yeah, that's going
is,
in there. Yeah,
that is about as funny as the dick snapping thing.
oh, that's great. Norsephia says, question, what's the difference between an enzyme and a hormone? Answer, you can't hear an enzyme.
Well, typically enzymes build and destroy things.
Yeah, I know.
Hormones
But
modulate
you hear
cells.
hormonal.
Yes,
you hear
I do.
hormone a lot. Ew.
Yeah. Listen, I spent a lot of time in the barracks. I heard a lot of hormones.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good times.
Yeah, more cock.
More cock.
My God.
Sean St. George says, Blake, you're making that choking on a dick sound a little too well. Homo suspicion point? Yeah, that wasn't me. That was the background.
That's the background, man.
Jail. Emperor Revolver, beware of dog moms. You never know what those dogs go through. I do. A jar of peanut butter.
Damn, that's good.
Die mad, you salty bitch.
Dude, that is hilarious.
Say my name. Say my name. Oh. I really don't want this anymore. All right, dudes, it is 9:22, so we're going to have to take a break, go to New Tech. Hopefully you don't all just see me sitting here picking my nose and like unzipping my fly and shit like you did the last time, because I don't know what the fuck was going on.
That was embarrassing.
That was really weird.
All
But
right.
we got some Jeffrey Paul tunes here for you. Jimmy Bones, if you are in the chat, if you can paste those links into the YouTube chat for the 830 dudes who are over there, we got some more funny videos for you. We got some more stories on New Tech, and we got better butts on New Tech.
Yeah.
So come on over. It's a good time. Links are being posted in the chat right now. Come on, join us on Rumble, Odyssey, MGTOW.tv, DLive, Twitch, or Kick.
Yeah, MGTOW's been having problems.
Yeah. Just like Gretchen Whitmer, it's one size fits all. We'll see you in 5 minutes,
All
you
right.
disgusting bastards. Say my name.